Everyone, good morning and welcome to AskSpot Office Hours live help sessions. So this is where you can ask quick questions about AskSpot and get live help. So we also do live builds to show you how different AskSpot tools can work in real use cases. So feel free to unmute your mic or maybe just type in your question. It's so good to see you here. Let me just see who we have on the call. We have Tom. Good morning. Steve, nice to see you. We have Eva on the call. Good morning. Dave, we have Chandra. We have a Bob also on the call. Nice to see you here, Bob. Well, if you guys need anything at all, feel free to leave it in the comments or you can also unmute anytime you want. And for today's build, it's what we call a 15-day content idea generator. So basically, it's a strategic tool that you can build to help business owners, maybe creators, or maybe coaches. So as to help them get unstuck with their content by giving them at least 15 post ideas that are tailored to their niche, to their audience, and also to their goals. So if you're an AI expert, you're an agency owner, this is the kind of thing that you can show to your clients, offer to your clients to solve a real everyday problem, which is the questions like what should I post, what should I create today. So it's super fast to set this up. I'll show you guys all the steps on how to set this up, how to customize this, how to utilize this for showing the value of AI that feels useful and not overwhelming. So it's going to be super, super simple and easy to use. So you can use it also to capture leads, maybe drive some traffic, or even productize it if you want. So let's go ahead now and build it together step by step. So let me go to my AskSpot account. Just exit full screen in here. And we just remove the controls from there. All right. Okay. So I mentioned this is going to be a Canvas tool. So we'll be building this inside our Canvas business. This way, fetching records, loading tools data. Almost there. Okay, great. Now let's click create over here. And of course, let's use Canvas. So let's just name this 15-day content that idea generator. Awesome. Now let's click create. Hey, all made it. So glad you made it here, Eric. Okay, loading tools data. Okay. So let's click inside here. And for the sources, we can skip this one. I don't think we need that right here for this use case. So let's go ahead to our header options and customize this a little bit. So let's add a logo image. Let me just do a direct upload. And I already have this logo from Canva. All right, so that's been added. Next, let me just put the title. So this one's going to be 15-day content idea generator. And then let's just add a few links in here. There's a fictitious links. There you go. And for the custom links, let's add up to 4. Let me just put that right here. So you can change these links anytime you want. We just add this and then add this last one. Okay, great. Now let's save changes. Oh, actually, for the call to action, let me just get the link for this canvas and put that right here. Awesome. Now let's go to chat section. So for our chat section, it's good to enable the canvas mode for this so they can use the interactive document editing of this tool. And it's also good to use the voice chat. However, this is only supported by OpenAI. So if you would like to use this feature, you can, and you're using Google Gemini or Claude on your general settings, you can just simply put your OpenAI API key right here. So going back to our chat section, and let's just put a headline in here. for our headline, let's just say, let's get started on your content creation. And then for the initial message will be this. Hi there, I'll ask you a few quick questions about your audience, offers, and style. Based on that, I'll give you 15 content ideas tailored to your brand. Okay, so ready to get started? Yep, we are ready. So let's save changes for that. Awesome. There you go. So for our branding, okay, we'll leave it at that. Now let me go to customization. So this is how it looks like right now. And let me just change this to a custom theme. Let's use this one. All right, and save changes. Okay, so this is how our canvas looks like now. Next step that we need to do is add our system prompt. So right now, this is the default system prompt that we have. And let me show you guys what we will be using for today. Let me just enlarge this. Okay, and delete this one. Okay, so first, you're a strategic content creation coach, and then you will ask the following questions one at a time. So I like to add this because sometimes it just blurts out all of the question all at once, and it can be overwhelming to the user. So I add this prompt, ask each of the following questions one at a time in order. After each answer, respond with a short acknowledgement, and then move immediately to the next question. So these are, I specifically instructed it on what questions to ask. And then after that, after the final response, you will take the user and then generate the 15 content ideas in a markdown table format with the columns day, content title, suggested format, best platforms, and optional call to action. And then we will have it include a batching tip at the end. So always ensure that ideas are diverse, strategic, and actionable. So this is exactly the prompt that we will be using, and it works super great. Because of this prompt, we don't really need this source added anymore. But if you want, you can still add sources related to your business or how you wanted to create content. Or some tips on the content that you would like the AI to create. So those are the type of things that you would add under sources. But for now, let's keep it at this. And let me just change my AI platform to 4.0. Okay, there you go. I love to use a 4.0. And let me go over here. So on the AI tools section, I will be connecting the image generation tool to this canvas because I want the user to also be able to generate some, social media posts from this canvas itself. So I'll just connect this. And when it comes to AI tools, so this is an AI tool for image generation, right? All you need to do is set this up over here on the left part section of your AskSpot account. And let me just show you guys quickly on how to do that. So over here, you just need to click the plus icon, start new. And then you'll see this image generation as an available tool. So all you need to do is click on that, give it a name, and then click next, and then it will ask you to add an API key for these two platforms. So right now, the image generation tool here in AskSpot only supports OpenAI and Google Gemini. So once you click on one of those, just enter your API key. So it can be the API key that you are already using for your AskSpot account, or if you want, you can generate a new API key, get a new key for your just for the image generation purposes. So you can track the charges when you're using the image generation tool itself. So once you enter your API key, just click create AI tool, and you will see that show up under these options under AI config where you add your system prompt. You'll see that option pull up right here. And then you can just simply connect it. So it's a one-time setup, and then you can just connect it to multiple tools that you have inside AskSpot. So now that we have our image generation tool connected, let me just take a look at what we have set up so far. So I think we will also set up a channel for this, just a one simple channel that they can click on to get started. To get started with chatting the AI. Okay, save changes. So I toggled this off because I would like to add it over here on our initial welcome chat. Then this one's going to be, let's get started. Save changes. Okay, awesome. So let me just do a preview here on how it looks like now. All right, there you go. So you have your canvas right here. The listening tool is also right there. You can transcribe the audio. So now let me just go over here to share, and let's add an SEO um title in here. 15-day content idea generator for entrepreneurs, and then let's add a favicon image, direct upload. I'll be using the logo that I used earlier. Upload that. Okay, that looks great. Now let's also edit our open graph settings so that when we share it online, it will be fully branded like this. Okay, so I think I need an image in this size. So let me just add this. I don't have that yet, but let me add this. Okay, there you go. So now I think it's time to do some testing. So let me go over here, do a little refresh. Okay, now let's get started. Did you see that change right here from AskSpot bots? Now it says 15-day content idea generator right there. So let's get started. Oh, it just blurred out everything. That's what I was avoiding. So let me go back to our prompt right here. Make sure to, after each answer, important, make sure to ask each of the following questions at a time. Okay, there you go. Right, so it's super important to do some testing when it comes to creating your AI tools. So let's get started. Okay, so to tailor 15 content ideas to your brand, I'll need to ask you a few questions. What's your business niche or industry? Okay, who is your target audience or ideal customer? Well, let's just say men and women with office jobs. What is the main product, service, or CTA you're focused on this month? So it will be this one, 6-week fitness transformation program. And then what are the platforms that you post content on? So let's just say Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts. What is your preferred content tone or style? So it's going to be educational and motivational. What formats do you prefer creating? Let's just say talking head videos and short carousels. Okay, awesome. There you go. So I think it was able to generate what we want. So this is in a table format. Okay, it's not finished. There you go. So we have the day one, the content title, the suggested format right here, the best platforms, and also the optional CTA right here. So these content ideas are designed to engage your audience, provide value, and promote your 6-week transformation program. And we can also ask it to generate an image for us. So let's just say, can you generate an image for me for the, let's just say this one. Right, so now it will use that AI tool that we connected to it earlier. It will use your API key. And then it will generate that image for you. So it will take a few seconds to do that. Let's just wait for it. Okay, just a few more seconds. It's loading, it's thinking. Okay. So there you go. And I think it looks a little cropped, but you can also tell it to like just use a 16 by 9 or a 1 by 1 image for it. So that's it. That's how you build this fully functional 15-day content idea generator built right inside AskSpot. So with this tool, you can use this to generate leads. You can use it to show to your clients, or you can also embed it to your site to attract new clients. So you can just reuse it again and again. So that's how you build this 15-day content idea generator. Any questions, maybe from those here on the call? Let me know any questions that you may have right there in the comments, or you can also unmute your mic if you want. Okay. Anything at all from the group? Any questions on this build right here? Will you be able to share the prompt so we can copy and paste it? Yes, certainly. Let me put that. I'm not sure if it will let me put that in chat. One second. Let me try. And paste that right here. Okay, there is a character limit on Zoom chat. So what I'm going to do is give you guys the copy of this canvas, and then you can just go ahead and go to the prompt section so you can copy it from here. So let me give you guys the link for this. So you can also copy the prompt from there. Save changes, and then it's the duplicate link. Eric's Fit asked, so you know of a website that lists all APIs. If you're referring to, if you're referring to APIs that you can use for your AI tools here in AskSpot, you can use Ninja API website. They offer some APIs that are free, some are not, but I think, one second, let me just take a look at here. Yeah, there we go. API Ninjas. So let me just put that also on Zoom chat, Eric. There you go. So you can browse it. Dan Johnson, can you modify his response between each question? It's saying it looks like, oh yeah. Actually, let me change that actually. Earlier, I think it was able to just acknowledge that. So I think that should be on the prompt. We will need to change that on the prompt then. Chandra is asking, is the voice feature enabled for all of them, like Spotlight and Chatbot? We are in the process of enabling those for Spotlight and Chatbot. It's not yet available now, but it is in the works. The dev team are so swamped right now. You just go over here to AI config. I think it would be in here after each answer, respond with a short acknowledgement. Example. Got it. Let's move on to the next question. Move on to the next question. There you go. Question. And then it will add the next question. So there you go. All right. So when you copy this to your account, guys, this should also show on the source document didn't copy over. How do we get that? I did not use any source for this canvas. So basically it was able to generate those content based on just the prompt that we added right here. Diane is asking, what is the difference between canvases and Spotlight? Super cool question, Diana, I like that. So I think with the canvas, the main purpose of the canvas is for it to be like a personal tool. So personal use, mainly. So it's designed for, it's mainly designed for creating maybe interactive helper tools, like this one, the content idea generator. So it's more like a tool that you use, that you have, that you have a process with. And then you can also use it when you want the user to. So basically, we create canvases for, personal use that you can clone and rebrand for many clients. However, for the Spotlight, it's like creating an AI powered landing page. So for you can use it as a client facing tool itself. You can share it on a website. You can embed it, so it's more of like a self-contained page, So I think that it's good to use if you want to position authority, or capture an interest around this specific subject. So it's super good for branding. Spotlight is super good for branding. I thought you needed a source for each chatbot, Spotlight, etc. to work. Is that not the case when creating Canvas? Yeah, I think when it comes to a chatbot and a Spotlight, you do need a source for it to work, since it bases its knowledge on the, or it bases its response on the sources. However, for the Canvas and the IntelliForm, you don't really need a source added before it will work, because I think it's powerful enough to use the system prompt that it has, so it will be able to generate um, the response from the system prompt. So it's getting its knowledge mainly from the web. So the way that ChatGPT is like getting knowledge from the web, you only need to prompt it right to get a response from it. That's how the Canvas and the IntelliForm works. Let's see here. Any other questions, maybe? Excellent. Thanks. Great, great, great. Thank you for that, Eva. Very
Uh,
powerful product here.
Apologies.
On.
Can
Yes,
you
Deb.
can you say that again? I wanted to get that down in my notes. You said a canvas and a what don't need a
Yeah.
knowledge base
Canvas.
versus the IntelliForm and the Spotlight, so that I can get it down, please. Thanks.
Yeah, so basically the canvas and the Intel form doesn't need any sources added to for it to work. However, it is helpful to add sources, but it will work even without a source. But for the Spotlight and the chatbot, we do need to add sources for it, because it will base its answers on the sources, and we'll just use it will use the system prompt as a guide. So it's necessary, it's required to add sources for a chatbot and a Spotlight. Did that answer your question, Deb? Here, thank you. Very clear. Okay, awesome. All right. Okay, thanks, Deb. Thank you, Eric. Dawn, if you got your questions, let me know. Eva is asking, where do I see this training later? It will be posted on the school group. So it will be posted first. I usually post it first on the YouTube channel, YouTube AskSpot channel. So if you want to, just watch the recording, you can go to YouTube and then type in AskSpot.ai, and it will show all of these trainings. And then after that, I'll post it on school with all of the resources used, like the duplicate link, import link of this canvas. Can the canvas be embedded on a website? Yes, certainly it is. You can embed it on a website, or if you have a landing page, you can just click code in here and then just use this embed code. We highly suggest not to change anything on the embed code. It might, get an error or what. So just use this exact embed code itself that you're seeing right here. Just copy it, and then paste it on your code block on your website. Okay, perfect. All right. Any last questions before we wrap up the call? Okay, Okay, think we're all good for today. Well, guys, if you have any questions at all, you need any help at all, I'm always here to support you all. And thank you guys so much for joining this Thursday's live help session. I really appreciate you. Bye bye.